In a world where ordinary men can excel doing ordinary things, this man has single-handedly lowered the bar. From the scrambled mind that brought you Mad Madness and Beagle Rare comes this underwhelming Friday night special event. Matt Porter is the Blendigeddon 2 World Champion and the 2020 World's Top Whiskey Taster. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your glass and shake your ass for ADHD Whiskey Live.
What's going on, everybody? Friday night, we're back. We are back. Am I muted? We're back and we have sound. Son of a bitch. 2 weeks off. I'm super sorry. I'm super sorry, guys. I did not expect to not go live for 2 weeks straight. And then, guess what? 2 weeks went by. Actually, it's been 3 weeks because I took 2 weeks off and then you add a week. So it's been 3 weeks since I've looked at my camera into all of your beautiful eyes and said, you have the most beautiful eyes of them all. You do. You know who I'm talking to. No, not you. Not you, Bill Kavanaugh, you son of a bitch. You. Bill wears glasses, so it's hard to see his eyes through them. He probably has adorable eyes, though. How's everybody friggin' doing? Man, oh man, it's been 3 weeks, and I'm just happy to be here. Tonight's going to be a good, fun night. We have at least one blind flight / game. It's called It's a Zoo. It's from Liketime Whiskey. Dan and Julie sent me a game called It's a Zoo. So you know there's probably going to be some monkey business in there. And if there's no monkey business, then I'm a little bit upset. Judging by Dan Like's behavior lately, there might actually be an animal in there. You never know. You never know. How in the heck is everybody friggin' doing? Be Aware and in Focus is up in here early. Travis Robeson, what's happening? Wendy Miller, Baz. Friggin' Baz, right back at you, brother or sister or whatever you want to be. Christine Vasco, Hank Williams Jr., Bill Kavanaugh himself, Harry Ingstrand, Christine Vasco, Dave Markowski. Every time I say Dave Markowski, I think of Kelly Kapowski. And I'm sure that Dave Markowski looks nothing like that. So a little bit of a catfish in the name right there, you could say. You could say. Joe Carter is here. Christine Vasco, what's happening? Joe Carter's just talking about, okay, NBC's shipping is fast, but too bad not fast enough to ship. It's okay. Well, you didn't read the dang disclaimer. They don't ship that fast. Matter of fact, they might ship a bit slow. They said that they will send a tracking number right away, but they have to send their bottles to their distribution center in DC, and then they get sent. So it's a wait. But you might have got a tracking number already. But I would not, if I were you. I've never received anything from there, but if I were you, I wouldn't believe if the tracking number says you're getting a package before it's sent. Once it's en route, obviously, but if it hasn't been left to the place yet, I don't think that's what you do. I don't think. Stephen Hill, how are you, Stephen Hill? Michael S. Wonder what his last name is. Wonder if it's just S. That would be different. That'd be different. One letter last name. How do you spell your last name? R. Wrong. Shit. I'll get there. I'll get it eventually. As a child. Eric Sawyer's up in here, my whiskey lab. Tim Evans. Friggin' Tim. Dramhound. Legend. Legendary Dramhounds in his house. Eric Sawyer sipping on some OG Spaniard from Dancing Goat. Can't wait for the M&J version. I've never had any Dancing Goat stuff. I should probably get on that bandwagon. Or whatever. Schmandwagon. Saucy Shane's up in here. Joe the sample guy. There you go. Sampling it up. Darth Steve is here. Lucas Oppenheer. Chad Gazinski, 3 drinks down. Probably not working on his 4th quite yet. Maybe quite. Maybe. Travis Robeson says, Hype King. Ooh, that's a good name. I was thinking Whiskey King the whole time. The whole time. Russell. That's got to be just Russell, right? Stuff and Whiskey. That thumbnail is a business. I'm going to use that photo for a while. I'm just going to overuse it until people are like, gosh, man. It's like, yeah, But yeah, that was, I took that frame out of Josh from Stuff and Whiskey's video he took at Nashville Barrel Company. Didn't even ask him. Just knew he wouldn't mind. Just knew he wouldn't care. And then when I asked him if he cared, he said no. So I was correct. Unless, of course, he was lying. And I don't think that he's a liar. But if he is, he's a very good one. And nobody ever knows. Only scary thought. Bourbon says, let's go. Bourbon is up in this mother. Dan asks, or just Dan's, Christopher Gable, what's up, Slim? Good to see your sexy ass again. Not sure who Christopher Gable's talking to. Chad Gazinski says, let's light this candle. Just for you. 261 people in here. So good to see everybody. After I'm gone for 3 weeks, I'm like, is anybody even going to show up? Or is it just going to be me? Who else would be here if nobody else was? Richie Z. If it was just a one-man chat, it'd be me and Richie Z. Unless he's not here. If Richie Z's not here, then it was a bad choice of person. Chris Swee. Happy to be here listening. Thank you for listening in. Tom W. What's happening? So of a batch, says Lucas Oppenheer. Bourbon O'Clock with Keith says, lol, we hear you, May. Oh, we hear you, May. He must be Australian. Robert Murphy's up in this Burfy. Stuff and Whiskey's cheers and saucy Shane. Bored Buddha's body's ready. Ready for what? Greg Warsley, what's going on? He says, looking good, Matt. Thank you very much. Michael Liacata says, schlammered. I'm just kidding, Bill. You're a beautiful man, Bill. I don't even know if you wear glasses, just assuming. And I don't even know why I would assume it. Look, this looks like the skinny guy I used to watch fish on ADHD Fishing. You never watched ADHD Fishing, you lying bugger. We miss your cheeks. Oh, man, they're still there. Still got some cheeks up in there. Pierced your soul as a finger point. Well, maybe I was aiming near you. They're cheater readers. Yeah, that's right. Average Drinker Dara's up in here. What's going on, Dara? Subscribe to The Average Drinker for above average whiskey content. Obviously, it's the best. SN Fishing, friggin' Porter. Looking good, man. Thank you, Fishing friggin' SN. Bourbon O'Clock with Keith. I'm happy to be here. Matt with 1 T. Spelled wrong. That's all right. I forgive you. But if you want to throw another T in chat, I would appreciate it. Beery Texan should have started with, hi, my name is Matt. You're right. I should have. I don't start live streams like that. Maybe I should. Ryan Elves himself, you friggin' mother bugger. ADHD Whiskey. Can't wait for the NBC pick. People are in for a damn treat. Love you, bro. Love you, Ryan. I read your thing, and I'm like super happy for you guys that everything's going to be, you're going to be doing the business as usual. Back to business as usual. Friggin' love you, dude. What a trip we had to Tennessee, and Ryan was there just smiling the whole time. I think Ryan Alves and Jeffrey Wack together would just be a sea of smiles, and would be a great thing. It'd be a great thing. I friggin' love you too, Ryan. Mark Lee's here. Michael J. Wonder if it's Michael J. Fox. That would be an amazing guest to have in here. If you are Michael J. Fox, then maybe you want to go back to the beginning and tell me that. And you could do so because you're Michael J. Fox. I'm on one tonight. Jerry Black, Bianca Setliff. Hey, Mr. Man. What's up, Bianca Setliff? Bianca. It's probably the first Bianca I've ever had in chat. And if that's not true, then super sorry to previous Biancas. Christina Louise. Hey, Matt. Cheers, everyone. What's up, Christina Louise? Jim Jim McLean, however you, I can't remember how you say it. Jim McLean. Who are you wearing tonight, Matt? Tonight I'm wearing, I thought these were into the AM joggers, but they're not. These are off-brand. Super sorry, into the AM. These are off-brand joggers. I'm wearing, I'll tell you who I'm wearing. I think that the Bourbon Junkies call these slides. I got these on clearance for $3 at Walmart. And they're huge because my feet are gigantic. Tiny hands, though. So averages out, if you know what I mean. And also, oh, I dropped my damn microphone, Jim. And the shirt is brought to you by a designer named George. Also Walmart, also $3. You could have this entire wardrobe for friggin' under $10. I would imagine. Actually, I don't know about the joggers. I'd sell these for a few bucks. They're not worth much more than that. That was my wardrobe, Jim. Jordan Malbauer is up in here. Good thing you had PayPal so you could even... Dude, quit your bitching, man. Jeez Louise. You really going to come in here and just bitch about it, Jordan? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I said I'm sorry 1,000 times. I refunded your PayPal. I refunded your Patreon membership for the month. I was very nice about it. I'm sorry that you joined for a day to get a pick and you didn't get it. I'm sorry. I refunded your money, Jordan. It's okay. We'll be all right. We didn't know that it was only PayPal until it started. I said, I'm sorry. I didn't know, Jordan. I'm sorry. I try to make everybody happy. I just can't do it. Bourbon Boss Man is here. DL Fendel. Lucas Oppenir says, I've ordered from NBC. It does take up to 2 weeks. Yeah, it does. From what I understand from their website anyway. Dry January drink for me, says Savannah. Savannah Millsaps. Okay, we'll drink it for you. We'll drink it down for you. Drums and Drams in the house. Cameron, everybody. The reigning, defending, Matt Madness Season 2 world champion, Cameron, Drums and Drams. What does he have to say for himself? Let me read it. Matt, what is up, dude? Sorry I forgot to call you today. I suck. Good to see your face. I'm drinking and waiting on DoorDash because I'm lazy as shit. Earned it after an evening of playing the triangle. Is that a sex move? Because I'd like to hear about it. I doubt it. I doubt it's a sex move. I missed all of you too. I'm kind of scrolling to the bottom, kind of scrolling down. That's funny. Stuff and Whiskey. We did after our, well, I'll go through the whole thing. I'll go through the whole trip in a minute. It was a good trip. Great trip, actually. Tony Bag of Donuts is here, and you were not a pain at all. You guys are the best. I like to order from the porter, a long distance pour across the border. Cheers from Chile. No bourbon here, so it's beer for me at the start of this year. Beer, get the burps, get the beer burps, that's okay. Thrasher, Maddie, yo, dude, what's up, Thrash Man? Friggin' Thrasher. I'm scrolling down, scrolling. I'm trying here, Getting to the bottom. I want to read everything. Drink some Lagavulin 16. Boring. Just kidding. Just joking. If you had to pick your favorite scotch, what would you pick? All hail top whiskey taster. It just depends on the day. It really depends on the day. I don't have a favorite. I don't have like a favorite. Sometimes I like peated stuff. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I like cheap stuff. Sometimes Dan and Julie give me really, 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 really expensive scotch, and I like it a lot. Someone just almost drove through the garage door. That means the wife and kids are home. Jeez, you pulled in the driveway like angrily. Oh boy. Everybody listen up for this. It's gonna be a show. It's gonna be an S show. Kids are probably mad. Tyler Ruck, rap music and sports. I know not much at all. Not much at all. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling. I'm trying not to. How much do I bench, bro? Not much, Stu. My shoulder be messed up. My shoulder's messed up. It's a big time bummer. I think I slept on it wrong one night. And that's what happens when you're 38. You sleep on your shoulder wrong one night and it's just ruined. Ruined forever. Sorry. I'm trying to catch up here. Jeez Louise. I'm so slow. I can't help it. Matthew Markowski. Saw that a few times. All caps, we got it. Oh man. Okay, we're to the bottom. We are to the bottom. Taylor Padden. Hey, man. New patron. Met you at the BJ's Pour in the Park. You're cool AF. Dude, thank you. That means a lot. I am not cool. I'm not cool at all. I would like to be cool one day. I feel bad because I got mad at that guy who got mad at me. And I was super nice to him. I was like, it's fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm super sorry. Spent a lot of time chatting with him. I'm sorry. Shake it off. Shake it off. Taylor, Tay, freaking Swifty. All right. We have, okay, I'm all, what the hell? We have a game called It's a Zoo. And while I do this game, I'll talk to you about Tennessee, Nashville Barrel Company, Jack Daniels, and whatever else, our whole trip. Hey, babe. Oh.
Guess what?
What?
Avery's my friend in Roblox.
You have a new Roblox friend?
Yeah.
That's super.
Avery.
Avery?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That means you have a friend. That's awesome. I love you, girls. Have a good night. Your pajamas are on the
Avery
stool.
actually has more. We're gonna. Mommy said we're gonna sleep in these.
Okay. Babe, want to come say hi?
I want you.
No, you're not, babe. You're a child. You're not allowed.
We're not allowed on his channel.
No kids allowed. You're tiny. No, you're not. It's serious. You're not. It's not for children. Okay. When you grow up, we can drink together. Okay. It'll be fun. People will be like, "What?"
I'm gonna check them in.
So close. I love you. I'll give you a hug before I go to bed. Good night, honey. We almost got an appearance from the wifey. Almost. So close. And she bailed last second. Last second bailed. You talk different on your videos. Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. And today we are talking about how I talk on videos. I think that maybe I talk louder during live streams because when I'm shooting videos, typically children are sleeping, wife is sleeping right upstairs. And I want to upset them. But I used to whisper. That was the thing. I literally whispered. And people loved it. Some people really loved it. Other people didn't really like it. Lukens, a 99-cent super sticker. Heck yeah. I can't see what it is. I got to see what it is. It is a peach or a yellow apple. A yapple. Thank you, Lukens, for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Yeah, the kiddos are super cute. They're the best. Oh, Bill says good night. Chad Gazinski. You know what? Crap. I had scissors to bring, and then I was like, no, Matt, you'll use a knife like a real man. And I forgot my knife. Oh, here's something. What is this? Who does this work for? Oh, it's a razor. Razor Ramon. Hell yeah. Probably not a good place to put your finger. All right. We have 5 samples. Actually, I should read the directions first before I open anything, because there are directions. There's answers. I put them on top of the humidor in case I lose them. Open before playing rules. You got it. Adorable kid fun. She has a new friend, Avery. She does, Chad. It's her cousin, but she's just yelling. Just yelling. Greg, there was a time back in 2020 where I just was like, my kids were sleeping on the other side of like 3 feet away. My wife was sleeping. She would have been so mad if she woke up, seeing how many schlammerds I was deep. So I just had to whisper and be good, or at least whisper loud and quiet enough so that they didn't know I was being bad. Todd Ritter, Matt, you're looking great. Love you. You ever try 4 gates I sent? Todd Ritter, I was just thinking about that tonight. I have them in a box still right over there. And I should do an entire live stream of the 4 gates. I'll do that. Let's do it next week. Let's do it next Friday. A 4-gate live stream where I just drink all the 4-gate you guys sent me and just get shit-faced. And by that, I mean sip them very responsibly. A little bit of each. Thank you for the super chat. The Razor's Edge. Christine Vasco. When I met Matt, he thought he was the kindest. Then I heard Matt with his kids, and he's wonderful. Oh, they're two little girls. Like, what am I supposed to? They're so innocent. That's the crazy thing, is they are so innocent. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I almost started a story that I shouldn't tell. So that got me in big trouble. I almost started one though. All right. Kevin Hodgins. Oh, dude. I completely forgot about that. We had a text conversation, and what was I doing? I might have been at Jack Daniels that day or something. I don't remember. I have to go back and look at that because I remember having a text conversation with you and no clue how that even ended. So I'm sorry. I'm just saying sorry a lot tonight. The Lawnmower Detective. Keep up the awesome work, Matt. I really enjoy your channel. Thanks, Lawnmower Detective. If Lawnmower Detective is a YouTube channel about being a lawnmower detective, I want in on that. I need to see it. All right. Oh, shit. We have cards with... Okay. It's a zoo. All you need to know. Taste through the flight. Match the cards with what you think the sample bottle is. There are more cards than there are samples, so yeah, there's that. The end. P.S. Distilleries are not part of the game. Only what the bottle would be associated with, such as brand name or logo. For example, the Buffalo card would have to be applied only to Buffalo Trace whiskey, not just any Buffalo Trace product that Distillery produces. This is a fun game. This is going to be fun because there's cards with animals on them. Yeah. Heck yeah. 330 people in chat. Thank you for being here, everybody. This is going to be an awesome game. Taste through the flight. Match the cards with what you think the sample bottle is. All right. I can do that. It's a zoo. Should have poured these beforehand, but I didn't want A, B, C, D, E. I didn't want to open these and then realize that I shouldn't have opened them when I read the directions. So you have to bear with me while I pour them. This is like the match game for whiskey. A, B, C. I'm so good at my alphabet. I've been working on it and pretty much nailing it now. D, The fun thing about Dan and Julie flights is you never know what you're going to get. You could get a lineup full of just straight gangsters, or you could get a lineup where they're just sitting in their Florida home giggling, just laughing. I do have a glass pen, A, B, C, D, E. Thank you to Aged and Or. That way I will not screw these up. I will not screw these up. I don't even want to look at the animals first. I just want to smell it and then see if the animal's in the stack, right? So, Tennessee trip. We drove to Denver the night before we left. Then we stayed in Denver. Then the next day, we went to the airport and flights was delayed as heck. I flew with my wife and 2 children. We turned it into a little bit of a family vacay or a family work trip. It was a family work trip. We were all working for expense purposes. We were all plugging away. Yeah, we got to the airport and my 6-year-old, 7-year-old, she's 7 now. She's getting old. She was like, this is going to take too long. And then I looked at our flight and I was like, little girl, it's going to be a lot longer. Our flight was delayed like 4 hours. So we got to Tennessee a little bit later than normal. Class A. It smells like a Buffalo Trace product or MGP, one of the two maybe. I don't know. We'll get into that in a second. Lucas, let's keep the super chat chain rolling. Thanks, Matt, for all you do. Oh, thanks, Lucas. That's super kind. That's super sweet. Button. So we got there pretty late, and then we got an Airbnb that was like an hour and a half south of Nashville in Chesterton, Fieldsville, Iowa. Shout out Mr. Deeds. This smells old. Okay, I'm changing my mind. This is getting dusty. This is getting dusty as I smell it. Maybe a turkey product? Maybe a turkey on Glass A? Just based off of the nose alone. I'm getting some definite old, funky, dusty oak. I'm just going for a taste. Man, that is good. That is sweet. It is oaky, but dang. It didn't develop on the palate like I thought it would. It's very, very good, but like it didn't jump out of nothing jumped out like a turkey funk or a Buffalo Trace cherry or anything like that. Man, that is good. Based off, see, this is the weird thing. Crap. The weird thing is this: when we did a flight with Cameron a few weeks back, and there was a dusty Buffalo Trace product in there, and I was like, "Oh, that's got to be an Elijah Craig Pirate bottle." I didn't ever see that dusty note on a Buffalo Trace product before, so now my whole spectrum's screwed up. Speaking of spectrum, thank you for the internet you charged me for. Matt Hatter, I used to tell my kids it was tall people stuff until they all became taller than me. That's funny. Hey, babe, she's back. What's up?
I'm only here for Julie.
You're only here for Julie?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I mean, because of Julie.
Oh.
But
You what?
I'm in my pajamas.
Oh, you're in your pajamas?
Yeah.
You want to sit on my lap?
No. Not necessarily.
Say hi. Look at the camera. It's right there.
Oh, I was looking at the computer.
Isn't she pretty? Oh, you smell nice.
Oh.
You smell good.
Interesting.
Interesting. You knew it.
The girls had fun.
Good.
Hi, everybody.
Julie says she was so happy that she won Miley's heart this time. She was hugging away. 45K tonight sub. I don't think that's going to happen. We're at like 44 too. I love you.
Love you too.
You're the best.
Sweaty.
I'm not sweaty. That's pure pheromones. They're good pheromones too. They're real good. Alec, you son of a bee. Sorry I'm late. I was on Cigar Dojo tonight. You were? I'll have to go back and watch that. What's going on, Alec? The sponsor of tonight's live stream, obviously, Alec Bradley Cigars, just like every Friday night. Just like every Friday. You need to pin a bottle to each card, then go from there. But there's more cards than bottles. Jeez, I'm so far behind. Holy crap. Dang it. Once I get behind in a live stream, it's difficult. In the bedroom, that's where the fun starts. I saw Julie say something, and then even in that crap. Say it again. The DHS 2009 defied all expectations. And now nothing makes sense anymore. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about it. Friggin' Gene's here. Gene, I need to have you on one of these nights for sure. I love you, Gene. That's funny because that's your name, Eugene. Alex here. Gene is here. Julie's here. Toshi Bake is here. Everybody's here. Stuff and whiskey. Ah! I'll kick your coverage there, buddy. Thank you, Ruckus Outfitters. I did. That's what we call playing above the rim. If it's a child rim, because I don't have the ability to play above anything else. Live stream upgrade for sure. Absolutely. The suburbs of Moore County. Let's treat Maddie better next visit with a better spot at my mom's house in Rock Island. That's funny. So yeah, we went to did I miss I'm hoping it didn't. I think I might have missed this. Did I miss? Oh, no, I didn't. I missed Christine Vasco saying, not he. I thought. Okay. Thank you, Christine. You didn't have to super chat. I kind of figured what you meant. I figured it out. I swear this is what happens is I get in a rhythm. I get going. And then like interruption city and I just lose my thing. I just lose my mojo. It's all right. It's part of my thing. DC's here? Hells yeah. DC's here? Hell yeah. All right. Julie, I saw you said something about in a different room or laughing or something. I'd like to know what you said. I'd rather spend my time looking at current chat while you type it than me trying to find it because that takes a bit. Glass B. This is going to be the longest story ever and the longest game ever. That's fine. We haven't seen each other in 3 weeks. We got all night. B smells like, what in the heck? Nothing. Oh, there it is. I see the way I'm going about this is super smart. Instead of looking at the cards and letting them influence what I'm thinking, I'm doing the influencing. Does that make sense? I'm the leader. I'm dictating the dicks. I'm telling everybody what's going on. And then I look at the cards just for reassurance. This might be turkey. Crap. How many animals are there? Okay, well, eagles, turkeys, buffaloes. Actually, I'm doing the stupid thing I said I wasn't going to do. I just look at the cards if I wanted to know. See, I'm getting in my own head. Oh, it smells good. It smells familiar. This smells familiar, this bee. I have no idea. what that is. I have no clue. It's good though. Lots of horses, elks. Okay, crap. I shouldn't have started it. Now everyone's going to tell me the animals. Dictating the dicks. Yeah, I said it. Can't take it back, can I? Dusty Dan's here. Hell yeah. You're influencing those cards to make them be what you smell. That's right. It didn't really make sense when I said it. World's Best Influencer, WBI. That sounds like something you would get in your nether regions that you need a prescription medication to solve. Left-facing horses, those are fighting cocks. There are fighting cocks in a zoo, though. So Matt Madness invitations started going out. I still have a few more to send out, but this is going to be the biggest. And David and Kira, if you're listening, as far as you're concerned, this is going to be the most normal Matt Madness ever. But expanding past that, this is going to be the biggest, wildest, and probably most idiotic Matt Madness I've ever done, because we expanded the field. We expanded the field out towards more channels, and before the main Matt Madness begins with all the Shelf Turds tunes, the full-on Matt Madness tournament, we have what I'm calling, I don't want to call it the qualifier round, because that sounds like they're not in Matt Madness, but it is still Matt Madness, but it is kind of the qualifier round. I am inviting, on top of the channels that were in it last year that are still making content, of course, like 32 extra people to Matt Madness, 32 extra entrants, and 8 of them will be entered into the regular Matt Madness. So we have qualifying rounds. It's going to be nuts. We're going to do, like, realistically an all-day Matt Madness in February for 2 weeks straight, where we're just pumping it out, getting people in, getting people out. Like, we're doing 4 different Matt Madnesses a day for 2 weeks straight. And Shayla, don't worry about it. David and Kira, don't worry about it. I got this. All right? I got this. We'll see if I got this. It's not going to be 6 months, Greg. Trust me, I'll figure this all out. Figure it all out. Matt Madness expanding. That's deep. That is deep. Drums and Drams, can I pull a grease and just go straight to the finals, please? We need to spin the wheel. I actually almost did that today. I was going to make a wheel and spin it tonight to find out where Cameron's fate landed, but I didn't do that. I didn't know you were going to be in chat. If I knew that we were going to have this conversation right now, I'd just go straight to the wheel. Should I make a wheel right now? I feel like I'm kind of in the middle of a lot of things to do that, but maybe in a little while, maybe in a little bit. Anyway, did I miss Julie again? This is getting bad. Come on, Matt. Stick with one thing. You can do it. You can do it. He might got this. Mm-hmm. It sounds like he definitely does not got this. Thanks a lot. No, I'm telling you, this is the way we do it. When there's a champion, we spin the wheel. Ow. And we find out where you land. Will you land in the qualifier round? No. Not the champion. Will you land in the first round? Maybe. Maybe. The quarterfinals? Possibly. The semifinals? Maybe. The finals? Not unless you got grease luck. And if I screw up again and make the finals 1/3 of the chance, which I won't. I'm not that dumb. I don't think anyone's complaining about 6-month Matt Madness. I love Matt Madness. It's my favorite. It's a little bit hard to, like, keep up with it because it's a lot of things are happening, but it's great. ADHD has serious ADHD, and that's why we're here. Squirrel. It's bad. It is bad. It's not getting any better. Story is not going to tell itself. He might got this. Okay. It's not going to tell itself. So where were we? Oh, yeah. We just got to Tennessee. We're in Winchester. We rented an Airbnb that had to be switched last minute because our original host of our original Airbnb emailed me. We were supposed to check in Saturday. They emailed Thursday morning and they were like, yo, bro, not going to happen. And I was like, it's definitely going to happen because Portsky already paid you. And they're like, well, a little bit of a plumbing issue. And I was like, we'll get a plumber. And they were like, actually, we didn't even have a conversation. They just said, we're canceling it because of a plumbing issue. And I was like, son of a bee. Airbnb was really good though. And we ended up getting another place. I was able to like, cry a little bit and work out a bit of a deal. Airbnb actually really, really helped out a lot. So we got to Winchester, kind of hung out the next day. And then that was Sunday. Then Monday rolls around and I'm doing a Nashville Barrel Company pick with Josh and Aaron from Stuff and Whiskey. And then my parents at the airport. By the way, while we are taking a second, because I'm taking a second, everybody, if you are a prayer person or a thought person or just whatever person, mom and dad are kind of not doing great right this second. They're kind of going through a medical thing. So send some love their way. My mom might be listening. She said she might listen, but wouldn't be in chat. So mom, if you're listening, I love you very much. Hope you guys feel much better very soon. And can't wait to see you guys again. Mom and dad came on Monday, which was fun. We picked them up from the airport. And by we, I mean me and Josh and Aaron from Stuff and Whiskey. They were like, we got to go meet Mama P. And they did. And it was a super cool time. Got them from the airport, dropped Aaron and Josh back off at their car, and then brought my parents back to the Airbnb. The friggin' Nashville thing was super cool. I need somebody in my ear reading me chat while I talk. That wouldn't work. Remind me where I'm at here. I don't even know. John S. Keep the content coming and my increasingly large belly jiggling. Nice. Jiggling belly. They're great. David and Kira would complain about 6 months of Matt Madness. They would. They're going to run out of songs. They're going to run. Is this the cult story Dan told earlier? No idea what you're talking about. And no. Holy crap, Julie Like. That's a huge super chat. Glass C. Why does C smell like I remember B smelling like? Nope, I'm wrong. Wow. B got spicy. B got a spicy bit. C. That smells good. That's kind of cherry and sweet vanilla oak. Huh. What kind of proof is that? That's got to be like lower proof than I thought it was going to be, but not really. It's oily, it's sweet, it's oaky. You know what? I'm looking at the damn animals. I'm looking at the animals. I can't help it. We got a deer, a fun deer. Oh, we have a pig. We have a deer. We have a pig. So that would be like an elk or like a stag. A pig would be like a whistle pig or something else. We have a rabbit or a bunny rabbit, which would be like a rabbit hole. We have a pony or a horse. I think that's a horse. We have a turkey. Put that on A. Oh, we have a goat. Goat. We have, is that an oxen? We forged the river with oxen. Or is that a bull? Bull? Could be a bull. I'm guessing that's a bull. Yeah, it's a bull. An eagle, a smiling eagle. A butterfly. An owl. There's too many. There's way too many. Crap. This is a hard game. Shit. All right. How many was that? There's a lot. If you are missing anything, I'm saying it's unimportant. Stop worrying. It matters. I'll text you or give you Dan's money so you have to see it. I like that. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Julie. That's an incredible super chat. That's nuts. Thank you very much. Ha, giveaway. Boy. Jeez. Joe Sullivan isn't not really. Thank you for the super chat, Joe. Matt looks like he took a trip to Swall City. Looking good, buddy. Shredded. Oh, yeah, right. Shredded. That would be great. That'd be great. Not anytime soon, but it's on. I would love it. That'd be great. Griff, $10 super chat. Thank you, Griff. Yeah, these are very adorable animals. Bourbon Wrench went a little long. That's fine. Did you use delay spray, Trev? Did you use delay spray and double down on the friggin' Viagra's today? You just went a little long, did ya? But I haven't drank in a week, so I was feeling good. Dude, Trev, you're the best. I friggin' love you, man. One competitor for Matt Madness, Trev Wilson, everybody. Where was I? Oh, yeah, NBC, the Nashville Barrel Company pick. Super cool. We blinded 4 different whiskeys. Myself, Josh, and Aaron. 2 of them were Indiana, 6 years, I think. And 2 of them were Kentucky, 5 years. We didn't know which were which when we went in. But we ended up picking a 5-year Kentucky bourbon that's really, really good. That pick was sold today and sold out. If you wanted one and didn't get one, I'm super sorry. Didn't know that I didn't know the demand was going to be that high. There's no way to tell. And let me say this after I read the super chat from Thurston Howell. Have you had the 48 Kelvin Split Stave 17? I don't know. I might have. I may have. I don't know. Bill, have I? Todd, is there one of those? I don't. That's why I can't do 4-gate so much. Like, I want to do 4-gate hard, but there's so, like, 17? I can't keep up with nothing. It's a darn Longhorn. I don't know if I've had some of the Calvins, I think. Average drinker, hashtag Indiana, hashtag Redemption Tour 2023. That was so much fun last year. That's how you know that we love you, Dara, is if we can tease and just giggle together. Like when I said what distillery and Dara answered Indiana. And then we just gave her shit for a whole year. It's because we love Dara. And that's why. This is a rye. This has got to be a pig. It could be a goat. Or it could be an owl. Damn it, that's hard. Is it a pig, a goat, or an owl? Man, it smells kind of like a pig. This kind of smells like a whistle pig if I've ever smelled a whistle pig. Oh, wow. That is glorious. Glorious. Man, that is a spicy rye. It is sweet and spicy. Something in there there might be is it finished? Damn it, I cannot tell. I cannot tell a lie. That's a lie. That's a super good rye. I wish I were Cameron, because Cameron can tell ryes apart. Let me think about it. Does it taste extra old? Not really, but sorta. If it were extra old or finished, I would say that it could be a whistle pig. If it were just old, I would say that it would be a Kentucky owl. A prideful goat is wonderful. Is my rye whiskey of the year. But I don't think it tastes like that. I think the prideful goat is a little bit different, a little bit darker maybe. Crap. I think that's an Alberta rye. That's got to be a whistle pig. Unless, of course, it's a friggin' stupid idiot Blue Run rye. That'd suck. Didn't even think of that. Oh, could be a rabbit hole rye too. Crap. I'm going piggy. I'm going piggy on D. I gotta go. I'm picking out on the D. Let's go to E. I might do another flight tonight from Dan and Julie. Who knows? There's plenty of time. All the time in the world. If the story's not finished, then I'll just do another flight. This smells great. This smells really great. I got you, dude. Cameron just like differentiates between 30 ryes in a single flight. It's crazy. I kind of want to hang out with Josh, Aaron, and Bill at the same time. That'd be fun. That'd be a heck of a lot of fun. I do. He loves Foregate. You weren't wrong, Dara, except for, you know. Sort of wrong. If Dara says Indiana again for any answer, she should get top points. For sure. I agree. Definitely true. Man, this smells also familiar and nice. This reminds me of bread. This is like a bread dough. Faux dough. I wonder. This might be an owl. I haven't had Kentucky Owl 9 or 10 in a long time. Let me taste it. Maybe that'll seal the deal if it's that. Oh. Mm. That was good. I really closed my eyes and thought about that one. Is that an owl? I don't know. So far, I have rough guesses for 3 of them, but we got to go from there. We got to continue. The first one, I was like, turkey? But then I'm like, I don't know. I do not know. We got to keep going from here. Whistle Pig is Alberta Premium, though. Didn't I say an Alberta rye? Pretty sure I said Alberta rye, I think. Bill Abernathy. I don't know why I love the last name Abernathy, but I definitely do. I definitely do. How about letting a random person in Matt Madness? It could be great stuff for the game. I am down. Bill Abernathy. By the way, super chat. Thank you for the super chat. It's difficult because there are so many channels out there that let me say this. If I had unlimited time, the ability to send everybody samples, it would be a nationwide search. The part of the whole idea of Matt Madness was to put shine on different channels so that, let's say you are a huge fan of The Average Drinker and we'll call you, I don't know, Bill. And then you're like, hey, I love The Average Drinker. She's so good looking, because you're Bill and you're allowed to say that. And then you're like, you know what? When she goes on Matt Madness, I'm not going to miss it. Because if I do, she might not let me eat breakfast tomorrow because you're Bill. And if you know Bill, that makes sense. And so you're watching Dara, and then you're like, oh, wait, who's this person? It's Bourbon. And Bourbon made me chuckle. I don't know what you were smoking, but he made you laugh a little bit. And then you go follow Bourbon. And then you immediately unfollow Bourbon. Just kidding, Bourbon. I love you. But that's the whole point. It's like for everyone to get together in a fun competition, but also have audiences see other channels and stuff like that. I do like the idea of having some random schmo off the street, like Bill, come in and try to compete. It's just another shot at Bill. I love you, Bill. But I don't even know how I would choose a random person. Maybe, I don't know. I'll put some thought into it. I will. I'll definitely put some thought into it. Oh my gosh. And the funny thing is, your name is Billy, and I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Bill. That went sideways. Got my New Year's ADHD fishing pick. I want another. That one is going to go fast. Those are good, huh? They're so stinking good. No. Julie, no, I'm not. I'm not sure at all. Spice is pig. That's the norm for me. Drums and Drams is wine drunk. You lush. You lush. Go put someone in the triangle. Go play the triangle some more. You lush. It would be a fun time. Okay, I'm picking out on the D. Wow, I get so far behind so quick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How about a celebrity like Nancy Fraley? I thought about that, but I think I would only like to do, and this was a plan before and it didn't work, but maybe I'll try to replan it again this year. I have a lot of ideas and they just don't ever come to fruition, because that's why I don't try to say things out loud a lot. But I think I'd only do like a Nancy Fraley and something like that if it were against like other people, like Fred Minnick and Dixon Dedman, or like Sherry Carter, or like industry people together would be a lot of fun. Having, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of, let me look at my Matt Madness list. I don't even know where it's at. Never mind. I don't know. I wouldn't want to, like, if she lost, she's not going to lose. But like if she did, it's like, that doesn't, wouldn't want anybody to get the shine on Nancy Fraley. Unless it were me, then I'd brag about it constantly. So Nancy, if you want to do this, bring it. Bring it on. Tyler Rock. Were we talking about Bourbon Bill? Be honest. I was talking about Dara's friggin' husband. You have to let me in now. Nah. Abernathy. I just like your last name a lot. Bill Z's wife, March 26th. Wahoo! It's funny. You are the... Apologize for nothing. Oh, you didn't even remember the date, Dara? What in the heck? Come on, you can do better, Dara. You can remember the date. All right, going back to B. Oh, Fudge City. Why do I not know the B? It smells familiar, but why? This also has like some sort of an aged note, more of like from yesteryear. An aged note from yesteryear. Yeah. She's got a little bit of a funk to it, but not in a bad way, in a good way. Like a little bit of a dusty funk. But maybe not quite dusty, maybe just like older funk. Like an old barrel. Crap. I think so. This is kind of where I'm at here. Oh, son of a bitch. It kind of reminds me of one of those tote bourbons from like 2020. The ones that were like older beam stuff, but they had the weird mash bill, like the 78.5% corn mash bill. It kind of reminds me of that, but also kind of doesn't. I'm trying to remember if there's like a tiny bit of nuttiness on it. That's why I'm thinking that. But that could also mean turkey. Weird. If it were one of those dusty beam or those like 15-year beam mash bills, that could possibly then be a Prideful Goat. Shit, Prideful Goat did have one of those, because I was thinking one of the Blue Runs. The Blue Run had the 14-year Blue Run, the butterfly. Temporary hold. This is gonna go bad. This is I don't think I'm gonna get a single one of these. Wow, why does C smell so weird now? Okay, all right. Now we're to the C. You were talking about Whistle Pig earlier. Have not seen you review much. Because they fucking it's a part of my language, Mom, if you're listening. They're $500. Or they're just like some of this, it's just expensive. They expensive. I do them on 1 ounce Wednesdays because people like Dan and Julie send me some of the Boss Hog stuff. I don't own a single Whistle Pig. I don't own a Whistle Pig. I don't own a Whistle Fox or a Whistle Horse. I own none of the whistles. Paul, the Boss Hog stuff, is it good? Yeah, it's good. But I don't love rye whiskey enough to spend that much money on it. I've never spent $500 on a bourbon, and I love bourbon more than I love rye. So if I were to drop $500 on a bottle, it would not be a rye at this point in my life. Maybe later on when things are going just remarkable for me, which they will. That's just positive thinking. Trying to push that into my brain a little bit. Maybe one day when I'm just doing great, I'll just be buying all the Boss Hogs and I don't know, sending them to Billy. Billy Abernathy. Okay. Sorry, I have to think for a second. What in the heck? I just pulled the paper off of E and it smelled like what the Is that what E smelled like the whole time? I don't know what that is. That's not Kentucky Owl. Because I was like, is C similar to E? I let E like harbor some fumes underneath that card, and it smelled like, I don't even know what that smell is. Now it's dissipating, but I want to put the card back on it to smell that again. I dropped the pig. What in the world? This is going to go poorly. All right, C. Things are starting to get a funk to them. C. Can I get confirmation on this? What is this? If this is this an elk? Or what? I don't I just need to know what animal I'm looking at here. Is it an elk or a friggin'? What is stag? That's an embarrassing question. What kind of an animal is stag? Just a friggin'. I don't know. I'm getting dumber by the second. Eagle. Bison. Buffalo. Goat. C has me perplexed. A little bit perplexed. This is the hardest game I've ever played. Because there's so many layers of thinking. And I'm not very good at that many layers. Unless, of course, it's in a cake. In which case, love me layers. Mr. Jiggs, don't know if Matt is in training to take on Ronda Rousey or Sean, but dang, looking good. Keep it up. Thank you, Mr. Jiggs. I am trying to get down to 14 pounds so I can challenge Sean to a fist fight. I don't know if I'll get there. I don't know. We're working on it. Barrel 33 versus Vantage. I haven't tried the Vantage yet, and 33 I haven't tried either. But I do have a sample of Vantage sitting directly in front of me. So that'll be on a 1 ounce Wednesday or maybe a live stream soon. I once paid $50 for 2 ounce pour Black Prince because it was the last little bit and they let me keep the stopper. Well, that stopper's worth $30, right? Sometimes we send you blackened, but you left that here. You dumped it out. You told me you dumped it out. So you can't send me blackened, Julie. You dumped it. I could listen to you ramble forever. It's rough, isn't it? I was in the middle of the Tennessee trip story like a half hour ago and stopped. Just stopped doing it. It's a rambling disaster. It's what my child would say is a disaster with a B. Old elk, moose, slender moose, elk, stag is a stag. But what is a stag? It's not a duck, DC, you son of a bitch. Stag is deer. Okay, that's what I thought. Elk, deer, dog. Damn it, Cameron. It's not a dog. Cat? Well, maybe. Red stag, to be exact. Whitetail deer from Marquette, Michigan. Ooh, yeah, it's a little whitetail. My mom chimes in all caps because she's mad because she's like, dang it, I wasn't going to be in chat. I was just listening, but it's a male deer, you idiot. Thanks, Mom. I love you. Did JD suggest this could be a year? No, they did not suggest that at all. There was no suggestion of it being a yearly event ever. That'd be nice, though. I'm definitely going to go back. Calumet 16 versus Coy Hill versus Heaven Hill 17. I got a list, and here's the order of my list that it's in. It goes. Calumet 16 is definitely in not first place. Coy Hill beat Calumet 16 for my whiskey of the year. Coy Hill was my whiskey of the year. Even regular Coy Hill, the single barrel, not the small batch, which was my whiskey of the year, the single barrel still beats Calumet 16. The question is Coy Hill versus Heaven Hill 17. I think Heaven Hill 17 got a higher score when I tasted it blind. But that's really a mood, which mood I'm in. Like, wow. Coy Hill versus Heaven Hill 17, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing. I don't know. Tempted to say Heaven Hill 17, but also tempted to slap myself in the face for thinking it. So I'm going to what some people say. I'm going to be, crap, I forgot the country. Spain, France, whatever country people say when they want to remain neutral. I will be, never, I almost said something that would have regretted. A different country that is not neutral. I'm going to remain neutral. I don't know. Depends on the night. You dumped it out for sure. That's true. Heaven Hill 17 is remarkable. Meanwhile, back in Tennessee, right. Elk. It's an elk? All right, that's good to know. This is an elk? All right. Could be a jackalope. That definitely is true. Where was I? Did I just taste C? Yeah, C was the one that threw me for a loop ski. Let me try it again. That doesn't even like... Could that be? It's almost like a... That could... Oh, boy. That could be a butterfly. That could be like the golden rye from Blue Run. See, the problem is when you put... No, then I just got a dusty note on that. This is a bad game. It's the best game, but I hate it. Switzerland? I thought for sure it wasn't Switzerland. I didn't even think Switzerland. Right. Well, Josh from Stuff and Whiskey, you apparently don't like Coy Hill that much. I heard you say something about Coy Hill, and I was like, blasphemy. I just finished C, and I don't know what any of these are. I want to say could be a rabbit or a butterfly. I might go butterfly on C. You know what? I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing anymore. It's going to be a surprise, just so that you can't laugh at me at home, Dan and Julie. Because what if they did this? What if they just they threw a curveball? They're like, oh, he was expecting the good stuff, which all of these are very good. But we sent him curveballs. I don't know. I should just shut up and lose. Right? I haven't tasted A in a bit, but here we go. Wow. Drake, are you in here? Drake's not in here. He's sitting on the bench every day. That's what everybody say. That's just Drake. A is almost like something I've never smelled before. It's Denmark? See, let me say this. I think I'm like, just stop what you're doing, Matt, and think. Stop trying to read chat. Stop trying to talk. Stop with the first 10% of the Tennessee story and think about what you're tasting and smelling. And then I see something like this. Field Fowler says, "Hi, Matt. My name is Fielding." Do you know what that does to me? That does not help me. That is the most distracting message I've ever read in my entire life. I can't think about anything else other than Field Fowler saying, "Hi, Matt. My name is Fielding." Flag on the Fielding. I can't help it, Julie. This is too hard. It's too hard. Man, that smells good though. I don't care. That's delicious. Could that be turkey? Yes. Could it be a bull? What is a bull? Bull run? Bull. Wow, if you say bull enough times, it just sounds really weird. Bull. Or is it an oxen? I don't know. I am going to do poorly. I might have to do the other flight. We might have to do the other flight because this one's going to go so bad. Crap. See, this is what happens when I'm not updated on chat. Julie says, "Oh, what if?" But I don't know what she's talking about anymore because it was a long time ago. That's fine. I once asked Matt what the prize was for Matt Madness and almost derailed the entire. It does not take much. It doesn't take much. If you watch the beginning of this stream, you'll see me like start like building steam during the stream, and it's just like chugging along like a conductor going across the country, delivering golden prizes to everybody on the opposite coast. Just and then all of a sudden something happened. Oh, the guy came in and was bitching about PayPal and or whatever a train does when it just is about to fall apart. That's what happened. And then from there on out, there's no more conducting, just apologizing. A shirtless buffalo. Cow? What if God was one of us? It's a good question. That's not like one of us. The stranger on the bus trying to make his way home. Who is that Jewel? That can't be Jewel. Is that Drake? There is no oxen. What whiskey has an oxen? I don't know. But what is it? Is it a bull? Bull? Wow, B smells nice. This game is okay. That's fine. Joan Osborne. I thought it was Kylie Minogue. Kesha. Oh. This is bad. I don't have any idea what B is either. If Cam would have got me today, he would have been happy camper because I don't know why this is so. I should have stuck with my original. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a Fred minute. I forgot that there was more than one eagle. By the way, that was my reality TV what do you call it? What's the show? If dance moms had dance dads and dads brought their daughters to dance competitions, that was my dance dad's face. Right there. I forgot that there was another eagle out there. I did. Not a double eagle, but do I need to call you to tell you each animal? Actually, that would be helpful. Or if you just put it in chat. Either way. I don't know I know the turkey, I know the eagle, I know the butterfly, the pig, the owl. There's one that looks like an elk, possibly a rabbit, a horse. I'm only confused about the elk and the buffalo. Or is it a buffalo or a bison? I don't understand. I no longer identify as a big buffalo. So I don't. Jeez, what the hell is that? Hello? Oh, hi.
Okay. What animal up to the screen?
Oh, what the heck happened? Oh, you're on such a delay. Turn me down on the headphones. That's a turkey.
I did.
That's a turkey. What is that?
Okay. Put it up to the screen.
I see. I don't have one of those cameras that all the fancy people have that make it better when I put it closer. It doesn't.
That's an elk. Isn't it on the back?
There's some scribs. Just some scribs.
That's an elk.
Okay, an elk. A rabbit.
Oh, I see what I did. Okay, go ahead.
A horse.
Okay, it's a horse.
That's a horse. It's a cute horse.
It's a horse. You got to think about that.
Oh,
Wait, go closer. No, bring that back.
wait.
What was the last one?
Well, you said bring it back. I thought that is a horse, correct?
No, not the horse. What was that?
This one.
Yeah, what's that?
That's what I'm asking you. I don't have. Look at.
Bring it closer so I can see it.
But that's what happens when I bring it closer. It gets worse because it's out of focus now.
That's a buffalo.
Is it?
That's a buffalo.
All right. I'm sorry. Sorry.
No, but it's the one before it. I can't see it.
Well, we did the buffalo. This one.
Right.
There's a horse, a rabbit, and a turkey. If this is a horse.
Okay.
It's just one day I'll invest in a camera that does the
What
fun
is
stuff.
that? Go. That is a. No, hold that one back up.
Oh, I see what's happening here. I'm talking to you in real time and you're talking to me on a delay. That's the issue.
It's probably the opposite. But yes.
It's not a horse?
No, there is a horse. But I thought there was something different. Anyway, you got all the animals that matter. So.
It doesn't matter. I am bad at this. All right. I love you very much. I will fail miserably.
You are not bad at this. Think it through. Taste the glass.
Julie Miyagi.
Okay.
Paint the fence. Paint the fence. Wax the car. Sweep the floor.
That Porter should could do this. Come on.
Not a chance. No.
No way. No way.
All right.
Sean could.
No.
You want his job to fix it. Come on. Do it.
All right. I'll figure this out.
All right. Love you. Bye.
I'm going to go off air for a bit. And I'm going to open the answer envelope and then I'll figure this out. I realized that we were on a delay like halfway through. That's kind of where the issue popped up. That's what people in Florida think a buffalo looks like. It didn't really look like a buffalo to me either. Horse could be wheel. Who's on the phone? That was Liketime Whiskey. Julie and Dan Like. They are legends of the Whiskey Tube game. And they sent me this flight. They are the best people ever. That's what the page we printed from with the word buffalo by it. All right. Back to B. There's so little left. Oh boy. All right. I think we're about to end up. We could do a little bit of help here. What bottles have Old Elk, Buffalo Trace? No, you know what? This is just rough. My C is empty. That's weird. I'm doubling down on C with 2 cards, so suck on that. I feel like that's fair. Back to the D. Oh, I've got plenty of D left. Wow, I covered D, and now D is throwing me. Did I put the pig on D already? Okay, that's why, because I automatically called it a whistle pig. And then E was weird. Okay, I once got a weird smell off of E that I'm not getting anymore. I think I'm sticking with it. I think I have guesses. They're all wrong. All of them are wrong. This is bad. If anybody thinks they could do better, you are wrong. Unless, of course, you could. Where did I put my... Oh, there it is. All right. Here we go. Sorry. Matt has plenty of D left. You know what? You know it. All right, here we go. Where is my key? 325 people in here still. You know what? It's only 9:30. I think after I do this reveal, I do have another flight from them. It's 4 pours. It's called This Might Hurt, and I think we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Hell, we're going to do it. If I take off the rubber band, that means we're doing it. So it's already done. Oh, a little bit of a leak. Never hurt anybody. Wow. Dan and Julie's samples never used to leak. What happened? This is my anger overflowing from me not knowing any of these answers. Nope. Should have thought that through. All right. Where'd my key at? Oh, yeah. Here it is. Found it. YOLO. Tennessee. Where was I? Oh, Nashville Barrel Company. Super cool. We picked a great barrel. It's a 5-year. Kentucky. Was awesome. We spent a few days with my parents. We went to the Chattanooga Zoo, which was super cool. It was a nice day in January in Chattanooga. And the animals were out and about. I saw a giraffe that looked at me like, hello, little fat man. And I was like, hello, tall giraffe. We made eye contact. It was cool. The kids liked that. What else did we do? Went bowling. Brought the kids to the arcade in Tullahoma. And then on Thursday, Dan and Sean from the Bourbon Junkies, Ryan Alves himself from Bourbon Outfitter, my main man Ryan, Dan and Julie, they showed up and they were like there to do a Jack Daniels experience with me. But Thursday night we went out to dinner and we got turned down for drinks at dinner, my wife and I, because I had a Colorado identification card, a driver's license, some people would call it, the ability to drive a motor vehicle. I had one of those. So did my wife. But what happened was this. Colorado, at some point, between the time I got my license and the time she got her license, Colorado was like, hey, we don't really think that this driver's license that we're currently using is going to be what we want to use moving forward. I think that this deserves some changes. So they changed some things. So we handed the server, our waitress, our IDs, and she looked at us like we were crazy people. And she was like, I'll be right back. And she came back and she was like, this is not okay. You two are using identification cards from the same state and they look different. You two be old as F, especially you, sir. But I cannot serve you because these identification cards look different. Did they have holograms and like embossments and all the things that normal people couldn't do if they tried to fake an identification card? They did. They definitely did. But we got denied drinks at dinner. And did I throw a fit? No. You know what I did? Sucked it up. Had no drinks. And Carissa was really looking forward to a drink that night too. And she just denied access. So we went back to the Airbnb after dinner. It was a barbecue place. The next day I smelled like barbecue the entire day. But we had crazy pours that Dan and Julie and Ryan brought. A 1970s Heaven Hill bottled and bond that Ryan brought. There was a scotch that Dan and Julie brought that was like King George or some shit. It was pretty good that I never would have tried ever in my life if it wasn't for that. A Michter's 20, a 2022 Michter's 20 that Ryan brought, which was fantastic, obviously. A 2018 George T. Stag, which is crazy. The Foregate 14-year hazmat was there. Carissa brought White Claws, which was pretty cool. Just an overall great tasting experience. It's a great tasting experience. We really enjoyed it. Hanging out with them is like, you go back to your own home and you're like, what am I going to drink here? Garbage? Pure garbage? The likes don't make mistakes. They do not make mistakes. Carissa did get drinks later. Carissa really liked 2018 George T. Stagg. And she enjoyed, my Nashville Barrel Pick. Nashville Barrel Company pick. The Colorado IDs do look weird. The funny thing is, when you go to pay for dinner, they're like, we'll just take that. If it's not you, that's fine. We'll accept it. And I'm like, that's really dumb of you. Because I disputed the charges already, so we'll see. We will see. That's a joke. I did not. But it is kind of funny. We got on an airplane with the IDs. The FFA didn't care. Glass A, I guessed Eagle. Because I was like, maybe that is an Eagle Rare 17. I don't know. No idea. I don't want to see the other letters. I just want to see one at a time. Oh, fudge. That's bad. My original guess was turkey. I switched it to an eagle, and it was a friggin' horse. Damn it. Orphan Barrel Gifted Horse American Whiskey. That's good. 115 proof. That is really good. I've never had that before. That's my first time trying Gifted Horse. Very good. B, I guessed turkey. I switched my B as a turkey. And B is a turkey. Wild Turkey Masters Keep Unforgotten. So solid choice for me to switch my guess from turkey on A to turkey on B. So I got one right. That's actually one more than I thought I would get correct. So, turkey, stay there. Stay there, little bird. Glass C was what some people would consider to be a bit of a problem because I could not figure it out. I said either a rabbit or a butterfly. You know what? My initial guess was butterfly. Put a rabbit down. I didn't know. I thought I don't know friggin' idea. Could it be rabbit hole? Could it be a blue run? One of those two, maybe. I don't know. It is an Eagle Rare store pick. What? I I can see that. Smells like an anywhere store pick. Glass D. I said Whistle Pig. It's definitely a rye, and I just went Whistle Pig on it. Smells expensive. Tastes expensive. I guess Whistle Pig. It is. Oh, the Prideful Goat Rye Bourbon Junkies pick. So I was wrong. That's a really damn good rye. Holy crap. So it's a Bourbon Junkies Prideful Goat Rye pick. All right. So wrong about that one. Oh, we're 1 for 4. Not bad. And then the last one I stuck with Owl. I said maybe that's a Kentucky Owl. I smelled it later and said no. And then I came back to it and I was like, whatever, just go with it. And I got that right. Kentucky Owl Bourbon Batch 10. So 2 for 5. 2 for 5. Which is a pretty good percentage if you go to the zoo. If there were 5 animals at the zoo, how many of them would you see? On a good day, 2. On a good day, there would be 2. Ah, my finger hurt. Bang. It was weird. I got a weird smell. Oh, a weird smell off of it. Nice. All right. So the rye set aside, setting these aside, because we're going to go into the second flight. We got to do another one. I got to redeem myself. What time is it? 9:40. We got plenty of time. I think. Probably not. Maybe. Say no to seed oil, says Be Aware and Focus. I like the way Be Aware and Focus is just like spouting out info. Say no to seed oils. Artificial sweetener is the devil. Electric cars will drive you automatically into a light pole. Where was I in the Tennessee story? We were in a good place. Oh yeah, so Friday morning, wake up. Oh, this is where it gets fun. So Friday morning, hey, Whiskey Central's here. Shayla. Hey. Shayla, are you ready for Matt Madness, Shayla Bot? Are you ready? Are you ready to just keep score and do it properly without me yelling at you this year? I should have thrown my knife. Oh. Okay, this one does not have a letter on it. Uh-oh. You know what? Julie, close your eyes. Close your eyes and ears. If this is going to go like it did one time, Julie almost quit Whiskey Tube forever, and I will not allow it. That's D. C. B. This is definitely, yep. Okay, Julie, don't go anywhere. We are correct. We are correct. That was definitely a B. That means we're going in the correct order. They were in order in the bag, and this has got to be A. Yep, A. It's not there, but it's definitely there. So we know what they are. A is for, let me think. Let me get a beat going and we'll know. B. Trying to think of something that starts with A that's related to what we're doing, and I can't. Major fail. Ah, my finger. I heard my index finger doing nothing. All right. The name of this flight is This Might Hurt a Little. Nothing hurts me except for mean words and if I got beat up. Those are the only thing that hurts me. So we'll see. There's nothing here in this game, so I would think I'm just going to rank these, my favorite to least favorite, and then if I can kind of figure out what they are, if I can try to figure out what they are, I will. Judging by the way this night is going, I won't be able to do that. But we'll see. Where's my marker? I feel like this started great and this went off the rails very poorly. Lost my glass marker. Oh, there it is. Lost my mind. Haven't read chat in 7 hours. A, B, C, D. The color of these are weird. The color of these are weird. High proof hurts a little. That's what I was hoping for. A little high proof stuff. Little HPS, high proof stuff. Raise the Rick House roof. Hells yeah. Apples. Oh, by the way, speaking of apples, the Matt Madness single barrel pick this year is again from Nulu. Chase from Nulu sent me some samples, and they have they're releasing 4 barrels of this year, and I got one of them, and it's delicious. I think that if we were to sit down, all of us together with Shane Long, he would even enjoy it. It is another apple brandy finished bourbon, but it's a 6-year MGP, the 36% rye, not the 21%, the 36% rye that was double oaked for 4 months and then 10 months in an apple brandy barrel. So it is like double apple, very rare. It is double oaked. I'm still thinking of a sticker for it, and I was thinking it's not cold. See, as I start going, it's like I'm going to go turn up the heat. I will be right back. You'll hear the furnace turn on. My wife texted me, it's cold. Someone put in chat, what temperature do you think it is? When I started, it was 75. So my guess is 72, 71 maybe. 70 if it got cold fast. Be right back. Sorry, super sorry. $67. So, okay, I get it. The house cooled off quickly, you could say. 2 hours later, I turned on the heat. Babe. Turned on the heat, babe. There we go. Where was I? Oh, yeah. I still don't know the sticker or the name of Matt Madness yet. The name of the sticker, but it'll be a good one, I promise. Jeez Louise. Sorry if 69, 68, 69. Did anyone say 67? Was there a 67? No. 71, 67. Chad. It should be 67. That's incredible, Chad. Oh, wait. You mean it should be 67 in the house? Or it should have... It was 60... Yeah. 67. Always bring in the heat. Drums and Drams. Any Armagnac fans in chat? Sipping a 29-year right now, and it tastes like a 1970s dusty bourbon. Cam, I got... from Chris Hart, it's got an original grain watch on it, so I don't lose it. Oh, it's a cognac. Gregarious Grump Cognac. It's I thought it was old. Where's the heck? 21-year cognac. 118 proof, 21-year cognac. France, or wherever it came from. I feel really, really fancy right now. Bring me a steak. That tastes good with something. I don't know. Right now, I'm thinking Armagnac is the equivalent of bourbon 15-ish years ago in terms of how underrated and undervalued it is. Possibly. Possibly. Friday in Tennessee. Mom, I'm getting there. I have a whole nother flight to do. I love you, Mom. Digging your live stream, first time joining. That is the best news ever. Can you imagine this your first time here? How quickly you'd be like, what am I doing here? And what's my life all about? What is this guy? What is this? What is this? So that makes me super happy. Bourbon Matchmaker, I think that we've just made a match in heaven for those kind words, you son of a bitch. And take that in the nicest way possible, because that's a term of endearment around here. You son of a bitch. Truffles and foie gras. Dude, when I said foie gras, you were like, did he just say that right? And hell yeah, I did. Because I got it on a burger once. Okay. Okay, this flight is very weird because why are they so different colored? Can you see the color difference? You can't. Why not? This is like 10 shades darker than B. That's why it's throwing me for a little bit of a loop. Jason Mounts, also my first time here. Guess I'll come back next time. Jason Mounts ready to pounce on the next live stream. Son of a bitch. What is A? Who does A work for? What state does A work for? Alabama? Maybe Texas? I mean, based off the color of this, it's either small barrel, extra finished, or from Texas. So let's taste it and find out. Wow. Wow. That's something. That is, I think that the title this may hurt a little is just maybe, I don't know what I was expecting, but another curveball. That is wild. That's got to be Texas. Probably distilled by one of my exes. I don't dislike that. I think that is good, but it is a lot. It is a lot. Or maybe it's just, I just snapped, like trying to get your attention, like you're doing something else. Hey, new guy, the guy who just showed up. Listen, I'm about to say something smart. Everybody listen up. New guy, hey. 13th Colony double oaked? Maybe? they know that I don't love double oaked stuff, so maybe that's why it might hurt a little. But this kind of reminds me of that 13th Colony double oaked, where it's just like a crazy, just like influx of friggin' so much flavor and weird oak. Or it's Texas. Glass A. Interesting. Mom, you're going to bed? I love you, Mom. Feel better. I will call you in the morning. You're amazing. And feel better. Jeez. Matt just glitched for a second. Yeah, sometimes I do that. Some wow faces are better than others. Yeah, it is very dark. You're a little crazy and all over the place, just like my wife. My wife, I don't know. She just doesn't appreciate it, kind of like you guys do, which makes me very happy. 301 people still here. If we dip below 300, I swear I will throw a fit. So everybody keep joining, which doesn't help. 296, son of a bitch. Theme was, this might hurt a little or something, right? Maybe some are high proof and some are just awful. Maybe. That could be true. They always throw me for a little bit of a loop with their game names. But yeah, Mom and Dad Porter aren't feeling good, so I'm surprised she was in here. When Matt Mom Bamhammer. What the hell? Svelte. Oh, thanks, Scott Moody. So here, this is something that I was going to talk about for a second. We got to get back to the Tennessee trip, obviously, but on Monday, new channel sponsor is sponsoring a video already been approved by the channel sponsor. And it's the first video in a series, hopefully. We'll see. If nobody watches it, if it gets like... realistically, I'm hoping that it gets like... I don't know. If it does as well as a whiskey review video does, or any other video that I normally put out does, I will continue the series. If it does like me tasting Mountain Dew videos does, then I won't do anymore. But it's the first episode of Whiskey and Weight Loss. It's basically my weight loss journey and how it's kind of like how we can do this while we can still enjoy whiskey and still enjoy our life, but how we can like lose weight and get healthier and stuff like that. If that's something that you think you'll watch it. If it's something you don't want to watch, don't watch it. It's a weird thing to do, but that video drops Monday. I don't know if anybody will watch it, but I would appreciate it if you did. If you don't want to, I totally get it, and I won't do anymore. It won't like affect any of my whiskey content. It's just like supplemented, just extra stuff. Wow. B is a rye. B is a rye whiskey. Wow. That really hits me right in the face with proof. That's a high proof hooker. That is a substantial sour face because it's so high proof. That's got to be, geez Louise, what on earth? 130 plus proof rye. It's very good. I really like that. It's kind of like Jolly Rancher if Jolly Rancher was filled with like pure ethanol. It's kind of like that. I like B a lot. When it gets that high proof, though, I may be wrong. Let me smell that again. I did this once during the Advent calendar where I said a light whiskey was a rye whiskey because it smelled different. This might be brain candy. Like the shelf turds, friggin'. I think I went too far in the wrong direction. Yeah. Wow. really hits you right in the everything. That is an ethanol forward son of 3 bitches. That is, wow, what in the world? That might be the brain candy, the Shelf Turds, Trev Wilson, Mash and Journey, or whoever put that out. Brain candy? I don't know. Maybe. That's so high proof. That's ridiculously high proof. Good gravy. Good grief. Good evening. Good morning. Good mash and drum. Are there sprinkles in it? That's funny. There's not. But hey, everybody in chat, put your hands together. Mash and Drum, 75,000 subscribers. Congrats, dude. I know that the Bourbon Junkies just hit 100,000 subscribers, and it's like, ugh, none of us mean it. Like, none of our accomplishments mean anything anymore. But 75K is crazy, crazy, crazy. Dude, I wish you the best of luck moving forward. Like 100K, you deserve it more than anyone. You are a bourbon steward. And I think that's what I actually mean. Yeah, I think that's an accurate statement. Dude, congratulations, 75,000 subscribers. That is, can you imagine that? Can you imagine sitting on the 50-yard line sipping whiskey with 75,000 extra quiet fans in the stands just watching you? And then I jump on the field and everyone goes crazy. Ah, there's Matt. Oh my God. Ah. Just kidding. You're the best. Everybody would love it. 75,000 strong. Jason. The Kurt Angle. The music playing, and you're like, yeah, that's right. 75,000 people love me and watch me on a regular basis because I'm mashing drum. And then you have a drum and you beat it to your own pace, whatever you do. I don't know. The further I went into that, the worse it got. But I really just wanted to say congratulations. 75,000 is incredible. Going on to see. No idea. C smells like C. Wow. C smells like if pure alcohol tried to taste or smell like something. What on planet Pluto? I don't. Wow. Wow. That's a sweet treat. That is a light whiskey. That is very good. Man, I like that a lot. That must be, I would say that tastes more like a light whiskey to me. I think B, I don't know. I'll have to taste B after C. No, B is a rye. I was right the first time. B is a crazy high proof rye. C is a crazy high proof light whiskey. Wow, my senses are jacked. I think in the order so far, I like C more than B and B more than A. But that's not to say that I don't like A, because I kind of do. Good grief. This might hurt a little. You were correct. I was joking about that, Jason, about the mat on the field. That was just me. I've told myself in the new year I'm going to pump myself up a little, even if I don't deserve it. Wow. My face is hurting from that. Gotta love it when Matt talks about his good old boys on the 50-yard line. Jason's a what, dude? I freaking love Jason. I remember watching Jason from, this is a true story, from the bathroom stall from the bus station when I was driving buses just watching Jason from the bathroom stall. I remember what stall it was too. The good old days when I was driving bus, listening to Jason talk about Christopher Columbus and how his effect on American whiskey wasn't even a real effect because he never talked about it. Oh boy. Moving forward, hazmat flight. It is hazmat, had hazmat tonight. He has now. Let's move to D. Wow, that is dark too. A and D are both super dark. Oh, why does D smell like that? What is a light whiskey? What defines it? At this point in the evening, it's going to be difficult to, if you Google it, it'll really tell you the honest truth. But it's distilled at a higher proof, and then it's put into a barrel at a higher proof, and there's a corn percentage as well. It must be a certain percent corn, I believe. Crap. At this point in the evening, it's difficult. Very difficult. It doesn't have to be in a new charred barrel like bourbon does. It can go into a used charred barrel. So it's typically an extremely high entry proof, corn forward, high corn percentage whiskey that's normally put into a used bourbon barrel. And the older it gets, the better it gets. They used it a lot for Canadian whiskey for blending. So like, who knows, like Crown Royal or other places that don't have stipulations or regulations or rules or laws about their whiskey. They're like, whatever you do, just do it. Just don't kill anybody. And they're like, anybody? They're like, try to keep it reasonable. And they're like, that's fine. Okay. They would mix light whiskey into their whiskeys, but some of it aged out longer at MGP and other places, typically MGP. So we're getting like 14, 15-year light whiskey that turns into candy, sweet, super high proof candy. It's Coy Hill. This has got to be Coy Hill. Oh, that is glorious. Wow. That's a rear naked choke, ready just to put you to sleep. I think that is Jack Daniel's Coy Hill, and it is so amazing. What's that? 5 plus 4 equals 9, plus the couple I had before. We're 11 pours deep, and which makes me rethink how poorly I did in the first game, because I can still tell this is Coy Hill. Glass D is Coy Hill, and I love it so bad. Tennessee trip. So this is my order. I got an order. Crap. Bow. So Jack Daniel's in the morning on Friday. I woke up super early. My wife was going to drive me to Jack Daniel's and drop me off. But guess what? She didn't sleep very good the night before, so I had to drive myself. I left early enough to get to Jack Daniel's to meet Dan and Sean and Dan and Julie and Ryan right on time. Or early. So I was driving there, and as I'm driving down the twisty, curvy, just weird Tennessee roads where you can't drive that fast, I got to thinking, they're in a different town. They're over in like Lynchburg. We're both staying on the Tim Ford Lake, which isn't the lake on my end in Winchester because they drain it, but it's still a lake where Dan and Julie were staying because they stayed in Lynchburg where there was still a lake. But we're staying on the same lake, but it's just in different towns. But I'm on my way from Winchester to Lynchburg, and as I'm driving, oh, by the way, rented a friggin' Chevy Tahoe, and the nice boy behind the counter was like, I gotta give you my favorite car. And it was a friggin' Jeep Wagoneer. It was a Wagoneer. And I'm like, it's like a 400 horsepower SUV. Seat 7, no big deal. and it's got a sport mode, and we'll get to that in a second. So anyway, I'm driving and I'm like, they probably haven't eaten breakfast because where they're staying in Lynchburg is so far away from anywhere to eat. So what did I do? Decided to get them a delicious breakfast treat. I realized that the night before when me and Chris were driving to their Airbnb, there was a place on the side of the road that said breakfast biscuits. And it was on like a gas station sign. And I was like, I'm going to get that for them. And I'm going to meet them in the morning with breakfast biscuits and I will be the hero. Pull into the gas station, friggin' fill up the Jeep Wagoneer with gasoline. Oh, it took like 20 minutes to fill that sucker up. I go into this gas station where they serve these breakfast biscuits, and I quickly realize that they don't have breakfast biscuits. It's a sham or a slam or scam, whatever you call something that's not true. I was like, there's no breakfast biscuits in here. You have pizza from last night. No, there's no way. So I pay them quickly for the fuel. I get back in the Jeep Wagoneer, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm already getting them breakfast biscuits. So what do? I put a little Google search into the phone, and I said breakfast biscuits. And what did Google say? Breakfast biscuits on the way. And I'm like, breakfast biscuits on the way? I think I'll stop there. I have time. So I get in the Wagoneer. I'm going like a little bit faster than normal because I'm thinking if I stop for these breakfast biscuits, it's going to be a close call for them to be able to enjoy the breakfast biscuits before the Jack Daniels tour starts. So I stop at a little place called, furnace just turned on, called Beer, Bait, and Biscuits. It's just off route a little bit. I stop there. I just pull into the parking lot ever so gently because they had a Confederate flag flying outside, and I just don't want to mess with that. You know what I mean? Just drive careful. I walk inside, and I'm like, hey, any breakfast biscuits that you got handy laying around that I could bring to my friends at Jack Daniels real quick? And just the nicest lady was like, you know what, Matt? And I was like, how do you know my name? And she's like, listen, I'll tell you a lot more than that. And I'm like, you're crazy. She's like, you have no idea. Let me get you some breakfast biscuits. I'll whip some stuff up for your friends. We got bacon and ham and all the good stuff. And I was like, really? She's like, don't you sweat it. But while you're sweating it, go ahead and check out our merchandise. We have shirts, sweatshirts, all the stuff. And I went and checked out the sweatshirts and shirts. And I was like, I don't really like any of these. My wife wouldn't like them. And I was like, hey, are these breakfast biscuits done yet? And she was like, not quite. Talk to my friends. Her friends came in and they talked to me about submarines that would go underneath the water to smuggle drugs. And I was like, I didn't really expect to talk about this morning, but guess what? I'm game. Breakfast biscuits finally done. Get back in the Jeep Wagoneer. Look at the clock. 9:44. I need to be there by 10. And if that's not true, it was 10:44. I needed to be there by 11. Can't remember. I'll have to check. Got 16 minutes to get to Jack Daniels, and it's a 25-minute drive. Son of a bitch. So that's where sport mode comes into play. Rack that baby down, and here we go. Just railing down these roads. Hypothetically, allegedly, whatever you say when you're not trying to like plead to the fifth or whatever. I don't know. But guess what? That baby handles like a friggin' tiny little car. It's just like squatting, and I'm like not in the right lane, but I'm going the speed limit so slow. Just like, I got to get to Jack Daniels. The phone rings. It's actually, wait, no, that's false. I called Dan Like because I want to tell him I got biscuits, breakfast biscuits. And Dan Like doesn't answer the phone. And I'm like, shit, son of a bitch. Doesn't answer the phone. He calls back a little bit later while I'm maneuvering a curve super slowly. And he's like, what's up? Where are you at? And I'm like, I'm 2 minutes away. Where are you? And he's like, we're in the visitor center. And I'm like, well, guess where I'm at? I'm 2 minutes away. And it's 9:58 or 10:58, whichever one is the right time for what it was supposed to be. I was 2 minutes away when I was supposed to be 2 minutes away to be exactly on time. I pull in the parking lot exactly on time. And then I realize that they don't have time to eat these biscuits, but I don't care. I bring them to the visitor center anyway. I walk inside. They're like, what's in the bag? I said, it's breakfast biscuits, bitches, from Beer, Bait, and Biscuits. Then I carried them around the entire tour. Then I carried them to Mary Bobo's for lunch. Then I carried them back to the car. I put them in the car. We did a barrel pick. I did a podcast with Jack Daniels. I left the podcast. I got back in the car. I drove the Jeep Wagoneer back to their Airbnb where I gave them the biscuits at like 7 p.m. So they're still kind of good though. Pretty good. They're pretty good biscuits, to be fair. They were. The lady behind the counter was super sweet. She was like, hey, you're going to get a receipt in text message. We have 4.9 stars. I don't want to see that any lower. And I was like, lady, I gave you like a 300% tip. I'm not going to give you any lower stars. Unless, of course, the biscuits are bad. And 12 hours later, they were still pretty damn good. So literally Google it. There's a place in Lynchburg, Confederate flag outside, called Beer, Bait, and Biscuits. And they make pretty damn good biscuits. Pretty damn good. That might be the fastest and dumbest I ever talked. Domino's. Oh, so we were at Mary Bobo's, had a super normal lunch. Nothing out of the ordinary whatsoever. Talked to a gentleman who pretended to be a person who worked in the barrel. Listen, Jack Daniels is friggin' cool, all right? I am pretty sure that the entire town of Jack Daniels are all Jack Daniels employees because they are. It's like when you get into Lynchburg, it's like what I call Whiskey Disney. It's like Disney World or Disneyland. But Mickey Mouse is just a large man on the couch at Mary Bobo's who works in the barrel house. And he's like, where are y'all from? Michigan. That's cool. I once brought girls from Australia back to Nashville, speaking of Michigan, and they were funny. And I told them that they should say hell yeah, and they did. I think that's the story he told. And I was like, I don't think that you're waiting for lunch. I think that you were employed by Jack Daniels and just in the town. And he was like, that doesn't make any sense at all. I never had that conversation with him. I had that conversation with other people, but Lynchburg is literally filled with Jack Daniels employees, I believe. Like they're placed in the town. It's amazing. If you've never been to Lynchburg and never been to Jack Daniels, you got to go. You have to go. It's like it's a bucket list thing. I'm not sure how many people made it out of there alive other than our crew, but it's got to be haunted. It's got to be a haunted town. Danielle, Matt has the best stories. They're the same stories that everybody else told this week. I don't know. What else? Oh, anyway, at Mary Bobo's. My order went DCBA, by the way. Let's reveal these. I'll talk about Mary Bobo's. Apparently, Dan thought that he was eating a complimentary treat from the top of a refrigerator or something, like a sample. You know how they put samples in dishes some places? He thought he was getting a sample and he tried to eat a wooden domino. And then he put it back in the dish when he realized it wasn't food. Problem is Dan Shook saw him do that and was like, you put that in your mouth and you put, what was that? And Dan was like, I thought that was a sample treat. And Dan Shook said that was not a sample treat at all. You put that in your mouth. You put a weird object in your mouth and then you put it back in the tray like you didn't put it in your mouth. And Dan was like, I thought it was chocolate, or I thought it was something that they wanted me to eat. And Dan Shook said, that is not something you would ever eat. And Dan was like, I would eat that. And Dan Shook was like, why didn't you? And then Dan was like, because it's not food. And Dan Shook said, you just made my point. So what Dan Shook did was went back to the area where that happened, and then he took the piece of whatever Dan tried to eat and then retrieved it and brought it back to us to inspect. And it was basically a toy. It was a wooden domino that Dan tried to ingest. before he realized it was not edible. Then he just put it back. Then Dan took it to show everybody. So Dan Like will eat anything, apparently. So feed Dan Like treats or he'll eat the tree in your backyard, apparently. And just what's going to happen. Haven't tried Frey Ranch Single Barrel yet. I have. I'm not a fan. It tastes like flowers. Do they sell Coy Hill in the gift shop? And if so, how much? No, not Coy Hill. But if you go to Jack Daniels, has nothing to do with, this is going to sound like, hey, Matt's working for Jack Daniels. I'm not. I just said it was haunted. And I was lucky to get out of there alive. They have a Distillery Series straight Tennessee whiskey finish with toasted pecan wood chips, which I purchased and did not think I would like. I got it home and I tasted it and I was like, shit. I should have purchased way more than one because the toasted pecan wood chip finished Tennessee whiskey, 120 proof, is phenomenal. So damn good. Let's do this reveal and then talk about the rest. Where is... No. Oh, here it is. This might hurt a little, the reveal. Did Sean do something he wasn't supposed to do? No, Sean did everything correctly. He might have smoked 4 pots while we were there, but that's about it. Bitcoin. All right. Scott Moody, good night, dude. Friggin'. It didn't look like chocolate. What about that double barrel? Oh, the Nulu? It'll be really, I think it's being bottled next week and will be the double oaked apple brandy finished. It's really, really good. So I tasted that one compared to my friggin' apples from last year. And guess what? Shane Long was right. Friggin' apples was terrible compared to this one. This one is like more well-rounded, softer, much, much better. If you liked friggin' apples, you'll adore this one. If you did not like friggin' apples, then this one will make you way more friggin' happy. Promise. It's really, really damn good. Didn't he drink some limestone water out of the do not touch stream? He didn't touch it. He didn't touch it. That's the weird thing. Okay. Let me say this. If you're on a tour, okay, by the way, our tour was phenomenal. Our tour guide, John, amazing. The best. If I wouldn't even want to try a different tour guide because John was so good. John T, I believe. It's kind of like when you go to, what's the name of that ice cream place that like it, love it, gotta have it? Cold Stone Creamery. Like you go there and you're like, do I want the chocolate? Oh crap. Forgot the name of it. Shit. See, that ruined my story. Chocolate overload? Chocolate. Damn it. When you like something so much, you don't want to try anything else on the menu. If I go back to Jack Daniels, it's John T or nothing. Because I don't want to try like Megan R or like Joel V. You know what I mean? I got John T. John T is my jam. He's the tour guide I want. And great tour. But when you say that all of our whiskey is made with this spring water, and this spring goes 2 miles back into the caves, and then when someone takes a little bit of a drink of it, you freak out. Guess what? What you just told me means nothing. Like when someone gets a drink out of there, you should be like, oh yeah, shit's good, right? Yeah, that's $53. Give me $53 for that sip. That's what he should have said. But instead, he told Sean he was an idiot and tried to get us kicked out. Not John didn't. Sean did. Sean doesn't have any. He doesn't care about nothing. Fire Sean. My order went D, C, B, A. I think that D is Coy Hill. C is an extremely high proof Obtainium. It's a light whiskey, or Brain Candy, one of those. So I would say Brain Candy or Obtainium. It's 140 plus proof light whiskey. B is a crazy high rye whiskey, I think. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't even know what rye whiskey would be that high proof. Rye whiskey high proof. Oh, I'm locked on one. Don't tell me. Shush. Shut up. I'm not going to look. There was one that was sold. It was hazmat. It was crap. Why can't I think of the label? I'm not looking at the screen. I'm not going to look. It is. This is going to be a good guess. I promise you once I figure it out. Barrel. It's a Barrel product. Barrel had a hazmat rye whiskey that they were doing. So that's my guess. Coy Hill hazmat light whiskey, the friggin' Barrel hazmat rye, and then A has got to be some sort of Texas stuff, I would imagine. I don't know. Anyway, let's look at the results. Glass D is in first place, and it is Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Coy Hill 143.7 proof. Am I a doctor? No. Do I know my Jack Daniel's Coy Hill? Hells yeah. Hazmat John S. is 140 plus proof. 140 plus. Mr. Jiggs, good call. Wow, that's strong. But good. So Dan and Julie also, wow, that Coy Hill, that was a big sip. I watched Dan L drink that out of a bottle and mix it, was like light it on fire and drink it. That guy's just a brutal dictator of whiskey. In the nicest way. They gave me some of that the Two Soul stuff, and I haven't opened it yet, but I plan on it. C, I said, was a light whiskey of some kind. Stand by that. Super stand by that. It is. What the hell? Obtainium Canadian whiskey, 156.4 proof. Wow. That's that old Canadian light whiskey, 156.4. So, 2 for 2. 2 for 2. Let's move on to B. B, I said, was a rye. If it's not a rye, I lose. And whoever said Two Souls was correct. Two Souls straight rye whiskey, 147.18 proof. So I was wrong about the barrel. I was right about the hazmat rye. That's why it hurt a little. That's why it hurt. And A, which I guess was some sort of Texas something. I don't know. Oh, really? Okay. I actually have this bottle, and I think I have this bottle. If it's the old Whip Van Winkle, New Holland Single Barrel Wheat Whiskey, 142.3 proof. So it's the New Holland Wheat Whiskey. I think it's a small barrel. That's why it looks like that. That's why it's so dark. That makes sense. That makes sense. So I did not get the wheat whiskey, but I didn't guess the correct rye product. I don't even know where the Two Souls straight rye whiskey comes from. Who does it work for? We don't know. But geez Louise, I think I did way better on this than I did on the friggin' Zoo Flight. That Zoo Flight was like, that was hard. That was hard. I can't believe that the friggin' Eagle Rare store pick smelled and tasted like that until I actually knew what it was. And then I went back and smelled it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's Eagle Rare. Idiot. That is Old Whip. Old Whip Van Winkle. Big ups, Wisco Love. Wisco, Wisconsin? Yeah, for sure. Wow, yeah, my throat's a little bit warmed up. Dan L is beast mode. Hi, Matt. Just happened to be drinking JD Bottled and Bond. Pretty good, I think. Yeah, the Bottled and Bond is good. You know what I actually tasted last night? I had a little nip off of this because I hadn't had it in a while. The Jack Daniel's 10-year, and I was like, what in the world? You know when you pour something and you forgot what you poured? It happens to all of us. That's what happened here. I poured it. I forgot what I poured, and I smelled it. And I was like, what in the world is that? And then I realized what it was, and I was like, oh, that's not what I expected at all. The 10-year Jack Daniels is actually really good. It's very weird. Like, you don't expect it to be a Jack Daniels product, but it's a good thing. A good thing. 2 hours and 30 minutes deep. We're doing great. We're doing great. Where was I on the trip talk? So during the barrel pick, Lexi Phillips and Chris Fletcher. Lexi is the assistant distiller at Jack Daniels, and Chris Fletcher is the master distiller. They are both not old. They are both in their younger years. I think Chris is like in his early 40s, and I'm not sure how old Lexi is, but she's young. And it's cool talking to people at a distillery who are like really in charge of what they're making there and like projects they're working on, who aren't 90. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like you're talking to someone, I don't know, the people, I'm guessing that the people in here are typically my age, or like roughly between like 30 and 50, 30 and 55, 30 and 60. But like when you think master distiller, you think like older people who are kind of stuck in their ways a little bit. That's kind of like what I think of. Like a Jimmy Russell or something like that. But Chris Fletcher and Lexi are like, they're all about innovation and like thinking about new stuff. So when we're talking to them about what they're doing on like their new projects, it was super cool. Like they're really down to earth. They're willing to talk about anything. The first thing that Chris said was, I don't have any secrets. The more you know about our whiskey and our process, the more I think you will like our whiskey and understand our whiskey. So anything we asked them, they had answers for, and they didn't care. Did like Dan Shook ask some stupid stuff? Sure, obviously. Like, as Dan, you know, Dan's like, hey, let's try to figure out how to get kicked out of here. So, and I was like, it's bad. I'm kidding anyway. It was fun. It was super fun. They're super down to earth, super cool. Answered all of our questions. Spent a ton of time with us. And so I went down there for their podcast, the Around the Barrel podcast, and their PR guy, Min, he told me that, which was really, 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 really cool and not something that I ever thought I would hear, was they put us on the schedule for a barrel pick, which I asked for myself. I didn't think I would get it. But I was like, hey, if I'm going to do the podcast, can we do a barrel pick? And he's like, I'll ask. So we got a barrel pick, and what he told me, I don't know if this is true. If it's untrue, then what he told me was super cool lie. So that's a super cool lie, man. Thank you for telling me that super fun and nice lie. He said that when Chris and Lexi saw that we were coming for a barrel pick, like ADHD Whiskey, like they decided that they wanted to do the barrel pick with us and cleared their schedule for us for that day. So like they watch the channel, which is super cool. That's weird. But like they watch it, they enjoy the content. I'm sure some of it, probably not all of it. They probably don't watch it at all. They probably just say that, to be fair. But anyway, they kind of cleared their schedule for that afternoon to spend with us to do a barrel pick, a little bit out of the ordinary from how they normally do them. Got to thieve from a barrel, got to like ask a bunch of questions, got to go taste and talk about the single barrel selections with them. And it was just a super cool experience. And even without that, I would have really, really loved the trip. But including that was an amazing thing. I wish that I could have brought all of you, because like I think everybody, when you go there, it's like you go there with an expectation of, oh, Jack Daniels, number 7, blah, blah, blah. But when you leave there, it's like elevated. You're much happier. You're like, what in the world was that? That was super interesting, super cool, super historic. And I'm honestly, when I say this, I'm not joking. And I think that if you did the same thing, you would agree. If you haven't been there, go there. It's like not like on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. It's not there. It's further away from there. But Jack Daniels is a really cool tour, a really cool property. It's huge. There's just like so much there. it really feels like you're taking a Disney tour, but it's whiskey. And the people there are just overly nice and weirdly cool. And you're like, when you leave, you start talking about it and you're like, was that weird and awesome? And you're like, that was weird and awesome. It was like Mickey Mouse was waiting for you in the parking lot, telling you goodbye with, just super, super cool. I can't wait to go back there. I think that'll be a lot of fun to go back. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do another Jack Daniel's barrel pick, but if I were able to, it'd be amazing. But this one experience, bucket list stuff, super bucket list. I should shut up. Can you buy Coy Hill still? If you can find it. I don't think it's not still being produced. Jason Mounts' birthday? Happy birthday, Jason Mounts. Do they have any plans to increase production in the future on the limited releases? That's not something to be asked. Limited means limited, right? Like, they try. I think it's more like a distribution thing. I don't think the problem I see with limited stuff doesn't, like, you can't really blame the distilleries. It's like, what happens once they get rid of it? My questions start once it's the distributor's hands. It's like, what happens then? Like, what does the distributor do with them? That's where I start to see issues. Like, honestly, let's say this. Let's say Buffalo Trace took their antique collection. Let's say they tripled production on antique collection. George T. Stagg, William LaRue Weller, Eagle Rare 17, Sazerac 18, and Thomas H. Handy, they tripled production. They tripled it. They're like, you know what? To hell with this. We've had enough. We're making 3 times the amount. And then they sold it to the distributor. Would anything change? I don't think so. I think that you still wouldn't see them on shelves. You'd still see extremely high prices when you did see them on shelves. And then there'd just be more on Facebook. That's all I think. Is that a weird take? Maybe. But, like, I don't necessarily think... Like, for example, let's say this. The Four Roses limited edition small batch, 15,000 bottles. Nobody ever sees them. Like, where do they go? They go somewhere. Somebody's got to have them. Like, where do they go? I don't know. Not a doctor. Just pretend to be one on Whiskey Tube. A PhD. Brian, thanks so much. Hey, hopefully mom's doing good. Going to bed. All right, I'm going to go to bed too. Were you able to find another Knob Creek 15-year single barrel? I have not. I have no 15-year Knob Creeks left. I would love some, though. Matt, you got any old Jack Daniels Limited from 1970s? No. That'd be amazing. Joe, I got 2 of the Four Roses. That is incredible. You son of a bitch. They're over 30K of the twice barreled. Where are they? I got Coy Hill last year and the Jack Daniels 10-year. Actually, I have. It's funny you say that because of this. I had a conversation with somebody who is I'll just say in the distribution game, and there's a reason why Colorado didn't see any Knob Creek 18 this year or Jack Daniels limited edition this year. And it does not have anything to do with Jack Daniels or the retailers. It's somewhere in between and decisions that are made there. All right. The ADHD Jack Daniels, ADHD Jack Daniels barrel pick, when they said, shoot. Chris said, this is funny because I'm pretty sure he said when we were there like 3 to 4 weeks, but it could have not been that. I think he said they were going to bottle it in 3 to 4 weeks. And I was so anxious to make a joke that I don't know if I heard him correctly, because he said how long it would take to bottle it. And I said, well, then I don't want it then. Just put the cork back in it and put it back. It was a joke. But since I made that joke, I remember the joke, but I don't remember how long he said. I think he said 3 to 4 weeks before they bottle. So after they bottle it, they have to send it to the distributor. And then, so I would say earliest late February. That's earliest. Jumping on late. Brett Buffman is in the house. Loving your skinny, sexy Matt and all of your sexy selves. Oh, thank you, Brett. I tried your blend, by the way. If you didn't hear me last time, I like it. Great blend, Brett. Wow, great blend, Brett. Did I just nail that? Great blend, Brett. 2.5 hours deep. Nailed it. Not a fan of JD throaty sour mash finish in my honest opinion. Yeah, that's understandable. Some people don't like stuff. You know, everyone's taste is different. Totally get it. All right, I'm going to go to bed too. I will finish talking about the Jack Daniel's trip next week. Where did I leave off? The pick, talked about a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Tonight was a night. I wanted to make this a fun live stream because it's been 3 weeks since I talked to you. And I think it was fun for me. I don't give a shit. It was fun for me. Hopefully it was fun for you. I love you guys so much. Next week, we're looking at probably 3 videos plus a live stream. Like I said, on Monday, the first ever weight loss and whiskey video will drop. I don't know if anybody will watch it, but we will see. Then, of course, there's going to be a 1 ounce Wednesday and a whiskey review, and then a live stream on Friday. So more content coming. I appreciate all of you for watching. Everybody who comes into these live streams, thank you so much. Matt Madness starts mid-February, and it's kicking off with just like a crazy start. It's going to be a crazy start for Matt Madness. It's going to be a qualifying round on both sides of the bracket. 32 extra people trying to qualify for the Matt Madness core. Going to be crazy. Going to be fun. A lot of fun stuff coming up. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, supporting me, and watching and liking, commenting, subscribing, Patreoning, and all that good shit. Thank you, Dan and Julie, for the samples and flights tonight. Appreciate the heck out of you, and I love all of you so much. This might hurt. That was the name of the flight, and they were right. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds. That's what I say. But your mind on throwing some prayers out to my parents. They're not feeling so well. Mama Porter could use some prayers, so give those to her. If you don't do that, then at least just send some positive thoughts out into the universe. She could use them. Love you, Mom, and I will talk to you in the morning. Have a good night, everybody. You're all the best. Thank you for everything, and I mean it. Good night.